Right, gang. Today I'm going to talk about Maha. So I've got two long-term holds, which I don't know how long I'm going to hold them for, but I'm personally not going to try and sell high and then buy in lower. I don't want to get caught out like I did with Quant and DAG. These or this as well as VRA are just two projects I'm just going to hold until I feel like it's seen its full potential, whether that's 3 months, 6 months, or longer than a year. So Maha's current market cap rank is 1053. It caught my eye. It caught my eye about a week and a half ago. Someone in a Telegram mentioned it. I hadn't heard of it, and initially it was meant to be a day trade. So get in, make 20-30% profit, and then get out. What I ended up doing was I ended up doing research, and I'll show you how. And I got quite excited about the project and decided to put it into a long-term bag that I can almost just forget about. There are a few things that initially I think triggered my excitement. One is the circulating supply, which down here, I think some are saying 1.8 million, but it's around this mark here. The total supply, which they've said is likely to be gradually filtered through over the next 10 years, is under 10 million. The market cap is under 10 million, which shows how much scope for growth it has. And what I also like about this project is it's fairly new in terms of its roadmap. So I personally feel like this is something that's going to be quite mainstream in the next couple of years. But I feel like it's something that we've certainly, and by we've I mean the people that are also in the Telegram, we've kind of noticed this quite early on, and we think that by investing now, we'll see over the next sort of 3 to 6 months, as they've got quite a few significant announcements and releases, that this will really start to go up in price. As always, this isn't investment advice. I'm not telling you to invest in this. Certainly, we saw it. Let's just go over the 14-day. I got this at 150. So it has, although it was a little bit higher, it has come down a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily be encouraging people to invest in something that's gone up quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. And as always, certainly with low market caps and new projects, there's always going to be a risk element. So as always, just do your own research. I'm just telling you about the project and why I'm excited about it. So in terms of research, that's something I've already covered. CoinGecko, have a look at the basics. You can see the chart, you can see the price, and then you can go into more detail on their website. So on any website, they should have a white paper. So I've gone on to resources at the bottom and had a look at the white paper. So I've mentioned this before, but in crypto, sometimes you have what I would say is the overarching cryptocurrency, and then the utility token, but underneath it. So sometimes it's about which of the two you invest in, but often, for instance, I'm currently in Maha. I'm also going to buy the Arth token as well, because I feel like there's reasons to hold both, and there's certain other projects where the same kind of principles apply, where you've got the overarching cryptocurrency and then the token that sits under it. So what I really like about the project is at the moment there's a lot of volatility and a lot of depreciation in value with things like the dollar, which is why I guess cryptocurrency certainly initially became something of interest, was that the US dollar over the years has, as money's just printed, it's losing its value. So MKR is effectively the first that is renowned in the cryptocurrency space for doing something similar. But what is particularly exciting about this is effectively the first currency that's immune to inflation, and also be stable at the same time. So what we've got down here is we've got the world's first value coin, and the fact that it's pegged to a global measurement unit. So rather than just being pegged to Bitcoin or even fiat, they've managed to work out what they seem to be the most, I guess, in sync value based on three key aspects of the current global economy. So 80% is fiat, 15% is gold, and 5% is Bitcoin. So this for me is something that will get on people's radar, purely on the basis that we currently do have stable coins that people move into, but it's not necessarily a reflection on the wider global economy or market. It's very much very much in relation to one specific thing. So I think this fixes a problem. I think it helps in terms of volatility. So I see this very much as something that can be more more suited to the cryptocurrency space than MKR, and that's why for me, comparing the market cap, if this becomes a 1 billion market cap, that's 125x from here. So will it happen? We don't know. Do I think it can happen? Yeah, I certainly do. So this is why I'm holding it, and it's something that can really bring a lot of. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the most exciting project, but it's something needed. I feel like they are filling a gap within the cryptocurrency space, and I feel like in terms of the roadmap, if we quickly go through it. They're very early, so a lot of the research and the product development and white paper's been produced, but there's some major announcements coming up. The team's expanding, which is always important to see. There's also effectively going to be something called super nodes, so anyone with over 10,000 Maha tokens effectively can be part of the supernode program, which again at the moment we don't have official dates and announcements, but it's certainly in the pipeline. And yeah, in terms of the team, I think that's another thing that's always worth looking at. So if we scroll down here, you can see within the team just basic background, and for me it's really important just to see, one, in terms of partnerships, but secondly, especially with the creator. So if you click on this, you should be able to go through straight to LinkedIn. As well as investing in projects, you want to invest in teams. I would never invest in a project and certainly use it as a long-term hold without really doing my research on, okay, what is the background of the CEO? What have the business development managers done before in terms of experience within the cryptocurrency space or anything similar? So I had a look at this, and yeah, there is a lot of experience in terms of cryptocurrency, but also the fact of being a tech lead and whatever else. So have a look at this. It's always important when making a decision. It's why I first also really bought into Quant, was based on the team as opposed to the project. So that is Maha. This is the reason that I hold it. I think effectively it could be the governance token, and I think they've got an exciting, certainly 3 months and 12 months. And I expect to see a nice return from this. Do your research. Any questions, as always, please just ask.